Your brain is the most powerful organ in your body. It controls your thoughts, emotions, movements, even things you don't think about, like breathing and digestion. But what if you didn't have one? Could you still survive? The answer is crazier than you think. Before we get into the weird stories, let's talk about why your brain is so important. Your brain weighs about 3 pounds and has roughly 86 billion neurons. These tiny nerve cells communicate with each other using electrical signals. Basically, your brain is a supercomputer running your entire body. It controls everything: movement, speech, memory, emotions, even unconscious functions like your heartbeat, breathing, and digestion. But could you technically live without one? Let's look at some creatures that don't have a brain at all, but still function just fine. Jellyfish. They've been around for over 500 million years and don't have a central brain. Instead, they use a simple nerve net to detect stimuli and move around. Sea stars. They also lack a brain, but have a nerve ring that helps them sense their surroundings. Sponges. They don't move at all, but they can still filter food and respond to their environment. Now you might be thinking, okay, but those are simple creatures. What about something with a backbone? Well, get ready for one of the strangest animal survival stories ever. Back in 1945, a farmer in Colorado chopped off a chicken's head, expecting dinner. But instead of dropping dead, the chicken kept walking around. And not just for a few minutes, for 18 months. How is this possible? Well, it turns out the axe missed part of the chicken's brainstem, the part that controls basic survival functions like breathing and reflexes. As long as the farmer fed him through a dropper, the chicken just kept living. All right, so chickens and jellyfish can get by without a brain, but what about humans? Could a person ever survive with little to no brain? There are rare cases where babies are born with hydranencephaly, a condition where parts of the brain, especially the cerebral hemispheres, are missing. In some cases, they still live for months or even years. How? Because the brainstem, the most basic part of the brain, can still regulate breathing, heartbeat, and digestion. But these individuals can't experience thoughts, emotions, or higher brain functions. Here's where it gets really crazy. In 2007, a French man went to the doctor for a checkup. He was perfectly normal, had a job, a family, and could think, talk, and walk just fine. But when doctors scanned his brain, they were shocked. His skull was 90% empty. He only had 10% of his brain left, due to a medical condition that had slowly eroded it over time. And yet, he still functioned like a typical person. So, can you live without a brain? For humans, the answer is no. But with some exceptions. Small parts of the brainstem can keep someone alive for a short time. Some rare cases show that people can function with very little brain tissue. But without a working brain, there's no consciousness, thoughts, or personality. The brain may not be the only important organ, but when it comes to complex life, it's non-negotiable. So the next time someone asks if you can live without a brain, now you have the answer. What's the weirdest brain fact you know? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more mind-blowing body facts, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next episode of The Human Lab.